No, thank you. I literally have been so inspired by every woman's conversation and speech today, even ones that you were like, I don't know, maybe, oh my God, I can't stop listening. I am truly inspired in a way that I haven't been in a long time. So thank you, Rupa. Thank you. And second of all, I just want to do a shout out because I posted a photo of me in a dress that was given by Max Mara today. And Max is sponsoring this festival. Here's the dress. I've been getting so many compliments all day on this dress, so shout out to Max Mara. Okay, so this next woman I have known for decades, but we've never been on the same stage together, and it is truly an honor for me to geek out and present to you a woman that I consider a very good friend of mine. So because Diane's got so many accolades, I'm going to read some of them. Diane has been called the most important songwriter of our time. As most of you know, she's been nominated for 14 Academy Awards. She got the honorary Oscar this past year. She has a Grammy, an Emmy, and 2 Golden Globes, as well as 3 consecutive Billboard Music Awards Songwriter of the Years. Diane has written #1 songs for 32 top 10 songs in the Billboard Hot 100, including tiny little songs like If I Could Turn Back Time for Cher, Because You Loved Me for Celine Dion, How Do I Live by LeAnn Rimes, I Don't Want to Miss a Thing by Aerosmith. She has 2 of the top 13 hits in the Hot 100's 57-year history. She has been inducted into the Songwriter Hall of Fame. She has received a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. And her hits range from little tiny singers such as Beyoncé, Lady Gaga, Aretha Franklin, Elton John, Britney Spears, something I never knew that I want to talk to Diane about today, which is Milli Vanilli, Meatloaf, and even DeBarge. And then, of course, there's Whitney Houston, Tina Turner, and I could go on and on and on. Basically, if you know them as a singer, Diane's probably written their song. And through all of this, Diane somehow has managed to maintain her publishing, which, by the way, is a feat on its own. And I can go on and on and on and on, but well, let's get to the fireside conversation. And right now, I want to present to Diane the Hero Award on behalf of World Women Foundation.
Oh, thank you so much. I'd like to thank the Academy. Just kidding. Thank you, Cindy. This is amazing. Wow. I don't know what to say, except thank you so much. And I wish I could hear all the people talk that are a lot more interesting than me. But
Wait till you hear her.
well, thank you guys. Do I stay here?
No,
or do I sit here?
Sit right here.
Oh,
We're gonna do a quick photo.
Oh, do I keep this?
Yeah, hold that.
All right.
Right here.
Oh, I get it.
Where do you guys go?
How's the lighting?
I know.
Not a good angle there.
Thank you.
Thank you. It's always better
Which
to
is your
shoot
good
high.
side. I know. Do you want another one? Yeah, we want the video. Let's do the video first.
Oh, you want
We
us
have
to
an
leave?
amazing
Oh,
video.
that was really quick. Nice
I know.
talking to you guys. Bye.
Don't leave. Okay.
Wait, you guys
By
have
the
to
way,
watch my
I have
language.
so many questions to ask Diane that I
Okay.
don't even know where to begin.
Oh, she's leaving the team
This.
now. Did your mom make you leave? Oh, no. I'm a bad influence on the youth of the
This
nation.
is going to be so much fun. All right. So I want to start.
Is she coming back or is she gone?
I don't know. By the way, she painted that. I want to start at the beginning of your career because it's important for a lot of people to hear this. People think everybody's an overnight sensation, and everybody has obstacles and trials and tribulations to go through. So let's go back to the beginning. Your mother wanted you to be a secretary. Your father snuck you a guitar, built you a shed, and said, you can learn. Tell us about this moment.
Yeah, my mom didn't really know how I'd make a living at being a songwriter because it's not the easiest thing to make a living at. I mean, I didn't know anybody in the music business, but I had a dream and I was pretty obsessed. I knew what I wanted to be when I was like about 8 or 9, and then when I was about 11, I started writing. When I was about 14, I became obsessed. And I'm to this day, and I've been doing this a long time, I am just as obsessed. I go to work every day. I just love it. But, anyways, back to the beginning. I mean, it takes a long time. I didn't really have my first hit till I was like in my late 20s.
It's amazing.
So it was not overnight. But I honed my craft. I worked my ass
Right.
off. I became good. And as you do it more, you become better. And I'm still getting better. I mean, the songs I'm writing now are better than the songs
They're
you're hearing
amazing.
there.
They're amazing.
Thank you. So.
By the way, Because You Loved Me was written by Diane for her father.
Yeah, it was written for the movie Up Close and Personal, but I tapped into, thanking my dad for believing in me. Yeah.
Which is incredible. I'm only going to do one more slightly depressing thing, and then I'm going to go into all the fun stuff.
Depressing.
I
Don't we
know,
have
because
enough
I have to,
depressing?
again, show people that you came from something that people wouldn't expect.
Right.
You publicly talk about rejection
Oh, yeah.
and financial problems and depression,
Yeah,
all which probably made you a better
I think everybody
songwriter.
has that. I mean, rejection's part of every,
Yeah,
anything
it
you
is.
do, especially a competitive field, like what I do. So yeah, I mean, a lot of doors were slammed on me, but I always say I see obstacles as an opportunity,
100%.
not as something that's going to hold me back. Because, one of my songs is "Nothing's Going to Stop Us Now," so nothing stops me if I believe in something. So yeah, rejection sucks, but you have to just get through it, or else you don't deserve it. Really, if
I
you can't
agree
handle
with you,
it,
and that's,
and that's how I look at it. Like I didn't deserve my success if I couldn't,
Right.
put up with the doors slamming, because they slam and then you learn how to kick them down. So.
which is incredible. By the way, whatever teacher said you were tone deaf and not to come back,
Oh, the guitar teacher.
I hope
Yeah.
you sent
So my
them-
dad got me this little guitar from Tijuana when I was 11, and he goes, "You need to learn how to play guitar." And I was just writing my own songs. I didn't give a shit about learning scales. So this kind of asshole music teacher, he was kind of trying to make me learn scales. And next week, my dad brought me back, and he goes, "Don't bring her back. She has no future in music. She's tone deaf." It's kind of like charm school. My mom tried to take me to charm school, and they said, "Don't bring me back the next." Clearly, I mean, you guys don't know me, but you could kind of see the reason why. I mean, not exactly a charm school candidate, but
That's,
you know.
that's great. All right, now, before we get into the mega, mega, mega superstars, Milli Vanilli,
Yeah.
do you know that I've known you forever and I never
You know, I
realized...
wrote "Blame It on the Rain."
No,
So everybody
I
that
mean-
hated me all week while it was raining, got to blame it on something. I wrote it, and I played it for Clive Davis, whose theater we're in right now. We're in the
Right,
Clive.
we
It's
are.
cool. Thanks, Clive. If you can hear us. I mean, I played. It was on hold for another group, and I remember they didn't do it. A group called the Jets. I don't know if anybody remembers them.
No.
Remember the Jets? Someone remembers
Yeah.
the Jets. And they didn't do it. I was like, fuck, I held it for a year for you. And I was going to New York to meet with Clive, and he played me. He goes, "I have this new group called Milli Vanilli," and he
Right.
played me "Girl, You Know It's True." And I go, "This is really weird, but I feel like
Wow.
I'm bringing you their follow-up."
Wow.
And it was "Blame It on the Rain," and they did it, and whoever sang it great.
That's what I was going to say. I was
Like-
going to say that to
And it was the
sing
biggest
it.
hit on the album. So, yeah, thank you. Thank you, whoever sang Milli
I
Vanilli.
was going to say, who sang it?
I don't know, but it wasn't Milli or Vanilli.
So
Rob and
now
Fab.
let's get into an incredible story that I'm sure you guys would want to know. When Diane wrote Cher's biggest comeback song ever, "If You Could Turn Back Time," if I could turn back time,
Get my titles right.
She originally turned it down. And can
Yeah,
you tell
yeah.
us the story?
I've never told this story before. Sorry. No, she hated it. And I went to the studio and literally held her leg down in the lounge of the studio while she was in the room doing another song of mine. I go, "Don't do that other song. Don't do any songs of mine except this song." She goes, "I hate it. I fucking hate the song. I'm not doing it." I go, "Well, good. I'm not letting go of your leg until you say you will try it."
Wow.
And I think I said, "I'll pay for the track," and she said, "Yeah."
Oh my God.
So I'll pay for it. If you don't like it, I'll eat the cost. And that's when it was really expensive to record.
Oh my gosh.
So anyway, she ended up liking it. It kind of worked out.
Wow. And I would think "If I Could Turn Back Time" has to be like, that song is so supremely Cher and so
That's like probably her
successful.
most iconic
I would think
song.
so.
That
Yeah.
and "Believe," but probably "Turn Back Time" more That just epitomizes Cher. And she still fits into that outfit.
Wow, it's
Bitch.
crazy. So one of the other things I want to ask you, and you've probably talked about this before, but again, I'm someone who's really superstitious, and from knowing you so long, so are you. Is it true you haven't cleaned your office in 17 years because
It's a
of
lot longer.
superstition?
It's a lot longer than that. It's like decades. But not because I'm superstitious. I'm just too lazy now, and I just like going in there. When I go in there, I just want to write. So I've been renting since '85, and I own a building down the street, and so I walk back and forth all day long. But I prefer to write in my original room. But I write in the new place too. I record a lot at the new place.
Wow, that's amazing.
So that little room bought that building.
I can't
basically.
imagine that little room not being
No, I
cleaned in
love it.
17 years.
I was there
And
today.
yeah, it's
I was
great.
working on a song today in there.
Wow. Do you write most of your stuff in this little room? Or
A
in
lot
one
of
those
it,
little
but I have
rooms?
different. I have like 3 or 4 rooms.
Wow.
But that's the OG room.
Amazing. You've worked with because this is a woman's thing today, you've worked with some of the biggest divas on the planet, from Aretha Franklin to Tina Turner to Cher, Christina
diva
Aguilera, yes, Britney Spears. Is there one, Whitney, is there one in particular that stands out to you?
I mean, I'm lucky that I've really worked with some of the best singers of all time. Whitney to me was the best singer I've ever worked with. What a loss, and I'm an amazing person too. Not just the best singer of her time, and Celine and so many great artists. And then like Sophia Carson, who I'm working with now. She's great. She's like, she could take that lane because no one's really in that. And I'm excited to work with her. We just did the Oscars.
I know you did.
And by the way, she was so amazing.
Incredible.
Like,
so were you. By the way, Diane was playing at the Oscars, which is
I was so
incredible.
nervous. Oh my God, I was so nervous. But she, not only is she a great, she's beautiful, and she's so beautiful on the inside. And she, took a moment to, introduce me during her, time up there. And that's never happened to me with any artist, and it meant a lot. So.
I think if any of you guys have not heard the song Applause, it is a song that should be a theme song for especially women, and the women that are here today and the women that are watching this. It's all about, just taking a moment to applaud yourself.
Yeah.
And it's so important. And thank you for writing that.
Thank you.
That's great.
Thank you so much.
So I'm going to segue for a second out of music, even though I don't want to. But a lot of people might not know that you are a fierce animal advocate.
Yeah.
And there was something that happened a couple of years ago. I was watching TV, and for anybody in California, you might remember this. There was 40 cows that escaped a truck on their way to a slaughterhouse. And we all watched with bated breath as disgustingly they rounded up each of these cows to take back to the slaughterhouse. But there was one cow that managed to escape. And the news cameras kept following it, and we were all like, oh my God, please don't get it. And out of the blue, my girlfriend Diane.
I woke up and saw what you saw.
It was horrible.
And I'm like, we have to save this cow. And I called my friend Simone Reyes, who's a big animal activist as well. And she goes, well, we have to call the head of the slaughterhouse, and because he's not answering us. And I go, oh God, I have to, talk to this guy. So I texted him, and he told me who to call. So we did call, and we saved this cow. And we saved another one, and then I go, let's save them all. I wanted to just pay for all. I don't care what it costs. I don't, but they were gone. And you guys, anybody out there, anybody listening, if you want to help the environment, by the way, if you care at all about that, it's the worst thing is greenhouse gases from cattle. But besides that, the thing that kills me is that every minute and every second animals are being murdered, and they're the innocent, and it's the Holocaust, and I'm Jewish, and it's the Holocaust every second it's the murder of the innocent.
Yes.
And it's just, it kills me. I can't think about it, or I won't be able to even sleep at night. So I do what I can, starting off by, look, vegan shoes, Stella McCartney, thanks. But if you could eat, even if you eat less meat or, and dairy products, it helps. It's so cruel. It's so cruel. Paul McCartney, Stella's dad, has said something that's so true. If slaughterhouses had glass walls, everybody would be a vegetarian, right? If you guys had to see that shit, you wouldn't be eating a hamburger. And by the way, this is kind of gross, but it's true. They weigh these cattle to be as heavy as they can to get more money for them. Most of them are pregnant.
I didn't know that.
So you think about that. What's in your hamburger? I mean, it's just all horrible. Anyways, that's my
I have to
2
say,
cents.
I'm proud of Diane all the time, and every time I turn on the radio and hear one of your songs. But that day of sitting there and then seeing your name,
Yeah, I didn't
all
even
of a
know.
sudden,
Like
it
I
was
did it in secret because
incredible.
I didn't. And all of a sudden, my phone started ringing about like 10:30, like because it said
I think
songwriter.
I was one of them texting you.
Well,
It
everybody's
was like,
calling me. It's got to be you that did that. I go, yeah, and then all of a sudden,
because it was real time and you did it, and all of us would
me
have
and
thought of
Simone.
but
It
you
wasn't
did
just
it.
me. It was me
Wow.
and Simone Reyes. It was a
Hats
team
off
effort.
to you. It's
Thank you.
incredible. God, I kind of want to open it up to you guys because I have so many questions to ask you. Like, how do you go from writing for Meatloaf to writing for Celine Dion? Like,
I write songs for everybody.
Everybody.
Yeah, I mean, right now, I'm doing a song with Tiwa Savage, who's the biggest female artist in Afrobeat, to working with Armin van Buuren, to working with, you saw Dolly Parton up there, to, the song I just did for 80 for Brady.
Yeah.
I just like to write all
Yeah.
kinds of different kinds of songs, that I'd get bored if I had to write one kind of song.
as a business question, how did you manage to retain your publishing when nobody else can?
I mean, anybody can. I mean, it was an accident. I was signed to somebody, and I left the contract, and he sued me, and that's when I had my first hit, Rhythm of the Night. And, a lot of people were trying to sign me. My lawyer goes, you can't, you're in a lawsuit, you can't sign. She goes, you'll have to start your own company. I'm like, no, but I don't want to, because I was like making $350 a week and then offered like $1 million. I was like, no, but like, Chappell wants to sign me or whoever at the time. And she goes, no, you have to start your own. And I thought, real songs. I write real songs. No one had that name, which I was shocked.
Which is incredible.
Which is a great name.
An
It
amazing
really
name.
represents what I do. And so I got, and then I settled with my former publisher. I did it myself. I just said, let's get together and settle this. And I did.
Wow.
And I never looked back, and I own, all my songs.
Which is such a
Yeah.
feat. I mean,
Pretty cool. And I
nobody
write
owns
them
their own
myself,
stuff.
too, so that's cool, too.
I can't even imagine. I just can't imagine. And as somebody who's your friend, you are still one of the most humble people I've ever met. I mean, you really are. How do you maintain that?
I don't let things get to my head because, I have my blinders on. I just want to work. I just want to write songs, and I don't think about anything else, really. So
It's
nothing
incredible.
gets to my head. But every now and then I sit back and go, like if I watch that, I go, that's kind of fucking cool. I've done a lot
Yeah,
of cool
it
stuff. But then that's for a second. I'm like, what's next? What's next? I'm all about.
Yeah.
I mean, the most exciting stuff is what's coming up for me. Like there's all kinds
Which
of
is
exciting
incredible.
stuff. Yeah.
It's I don't even know how to go on and on and on about this woman. I mean, it's crazy and incredible. And like I said, she's as humble as can be. And every song is better than the next. And applause
I like
is,
to think that.
I just want to applaud you. Do I get to
Thank
keep
you.
having time? I don't want you guys holding up a sign and saying, get off the stage.
Is it like the Oscars?
they
Wrap
were
it
telling
up,
me
wrap
this
it up.
before, like,
of course,
get
I've
rid
never
of it.
gotten to that point where I've seen that wrap it up.
By the way, you got the honorary
Yeah,
Oscar.
that was the coolest
and
thing ever. Yes.
It really was.
the big
and
Oscar.
It is the big Oscar. I mean, it really.
They never gave it to a songwriter in
Have you
95
gotten-
years.
Have you gotten more Oscar nominations than anybody?
Than any songwriter, probably. Well, that's lost that many times. I do hold that record, the most,
I would think so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's a record, and I'm proud of it.
You should be.
Yeah. Come on, and it's not losing, it's winning.
It's definitely
winning.
winning. I can't even
You
imagine
get nominated,
an
there's
Oscar.
5 songs.
Yeah, I
pick
can't
5,
imagine an
you pick one of
Oscars
mine.
without you at it.
I hope so. I hope it keeps going because I just this year I was like, I don't really want to win because what if I win and then they're not going to have me back again? So I'm like, I was okay losing again. 14, number 14. Because I'll be back with 15.
You will be. You definitely will be. So is there, in rapping soon, again...
Rapping, we're going to rap?
Well, I'll keep
I don't
going
know
if
how to
you
rap.
guys let me
Do you
keep
think
going.
Cindy knows how to rap?
So, I know. If you guys
All right.
let me keep going. Can you... What's it like? I don't even know between Celine Dion, Beyonce, like, you don't get bigger than those two. Like, they're just...
Yeah.
What are the personalities like, and is it like Cher where you're convincing them to take a song, or
I've had
are
to
you calling and
convince
saying
people.
I'm Diane? Just
No,
sing
I mean,
a song?
it's different. Sometimes you have to like, just if someone's not sure, you just go, we'll just try it. It's like a suit, well, I'm not sure. Well, try it on. And all of a sudden you try it on, it looks fucking hot. So sometimes you have to kind of push someone. A lot of it's psychology. And I'm passionate. Like if I really believe in something for somebody, I mean, and I'd fucking listen to me. I would
listen to you.
I would.
Right?
No,
I would too.
I would.
It's like,
honest.
I can't even imagine. And then segueing to Elton John, is that?
That was a long time ago. I mean, it was him. It was a duet with Aretha Franklin.
Just
in the 80s.
and by the way,
no, that was like in the
downplaying
80s.
just a
No, but that was in the
little.
80s. That wasn't
But
really.
still.
It was called a song called "Through the Storm." Like it wasn't a really big
just a
hit,
little
but
song
it
with
was
Elton
really
John
cool.
and Aretha Franklin.
No, it was really an honor. I'm not taking
Right.
that away. But
Do you prefer working with the girls or the guys? Or
I
it
like
doesn't
both.
matter?
I like great singers.
Good for you.
Yeah.
So, some of my friends are singers and songwriters that are here today, and some listening. First of all, I'd love to know any advice you might have for some of them. And I'd also want to know a simple question like, do you still geek out when you hear your songs on the radio?
Yeah, I love it. I love hearing my songs anywhere, in a store, on the radio. I love hearing my songs.
I get it.
Like I love hearing them on TikTok. I have like the biggest hit of my life because of TikTok, with Only Love Can Hurt Like This.
That's incredible.
So that's really cool too. So I don't know. I love hearing them anywhere. So I mean, my advice is just work hard, and be great at what you do. Whether you do what I do or whether you do anything else, to stand out, you have to put in the time, the effort, the work. A dream is not. You need talent and you need work ethic, and either of them apart on their own don't mean anything. So you have the work ethic, you have the talent, doesn't mean shit. You have the talent, not the work ethic, that doesn't mean shit. You have both together and you have a little luck thrown in, you never know.
Do you still work between 12 and 16 hours a day?
I work a lot. I work every day, yeah.
That's amazing.
I mean, I'm not writing songs 12 hours straight. I'm writing and then I do other stuff. I might be in the studio, or a meeting, stuff like that.
And when because this is just a geek out question for me, I Don't Want to Miss a Thing by Aerosmith became another ballad of mine. I don't know why, but sing it loud, sing it proud in the shower.
It's a good karaoke song.
It's amazing. Did you write that for the movie, or is that something that you
I
came
wrote
up
it for
with?
the movie, but I never dreamed that Steven
It's
Tyler
huge.
would sing it. So, yeah.
Huge.
Still,
Wow. Well, you guys, this is such a geek out moment. It really is. I
Really?
kind
You're
of
geeking out on me?
I
We're friends.
really am. I have to say, again, Diane's been a friend of mine forever, and for me to be able to interview
I think
her.
I still owe you a birthday dinner from
She does.
10
By
years
the way,
ago.
this is Diane. Every time she sees me, she owes me a birthday dinner. It's been like 5 years ago, but it's okay. It's like, I literally, Rupa, I would love to. Oh, do you want to come up? And Aayati's
she's
the
trying
one,
to
by
pull-
the way.
I have a surprise for you.
Well, she's very surprised
Oh.
with the painting, by the way.
Is that
Yes.
you're giving me
I
the
am.
dog? I'm just kidding. Really cute dog. My cat wouldn't
wanna
be happy
come
with
in?
that.
So, I have a poetry for you to perform as a closing performance.
Oh, you're going to perform?
Yeah.
Oh, awesome.
So, this poetry is dedicated to all the world woman heroes who have inspired me to rename myself, rename who I want to become, and regain my power. So, and this is called Renaming, and here it is. I break the mold by opening my blindfold, by seeing the light in me. Let me share with you what they see, but what I see in me. They see a bossy girl. I see the brilliance in me. I make things happen.
Yeah. Yeah.
I break the role by being bold, by seeing the vision in me. Let me share with you what they see, but what I see in me. They see a crazy girl. I see a capable girl. I can be the creator of anything and everything that I want.
Right on. Yeah.
I break the darkness by being the breakthrough, by seeing the spark of fire in me. Let me share with you what they see, but what I see in me. They see a shadow. I see the spotlight right on top of me. I am the light. I break the cave by being the wave, by seeing the strength in me. Let me share with you what they see, but what I see in me. They see a weak girl. I see the wave for change. We are the change and the pioneers for change. And don't they dare to define who I am, because I don't care. Because what they see is not what I am, and I never will be. And I break the rule by doing the unexpected and being me. How do you break the rule? How do you break the rule?
That was amazing. Will you run for president? Are you going to run for president? I'm going to vote for you if you run for president.
I did not. I was not that.
That was
10.
really great.
Yeah, I was not that at 10.
Wow.
You guys, what an amazing way to end this hour, the One World
Thank you for
Woman
that.
Hour with
Badass.
Diane Warren. As you can tell, she's fun, she's great. Coming to another radio station near you. And I'm so glad I got to end with you.
Thank you, everyone.